we are, and we are live here on YouTube for the NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying here. Everything going all right? Okay, yeah, okay, I am live, okay. Just wanted to make sure that my video wasn't frozen for a second, and we are good and ready to go. So, we are actually going to get some Xfinity Series qualifying at Daytona. The cars are out, they are uncovered, let's go. Welcome everybody to the live stream. We already got 5 people hanging out in chat. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Are gonna enjoy the stream. We got ourselves a small change to the schedule for the afternoon. The NASCAR Xfinity Series has gone out and they are qualifying now, which is a little bit later than they originally scheduled, and the race itself has been moved up to start at 4:30 to try and at least make it to halfway before this second wave of rain comes back in while we've got a pocket. So, yep, we are ready to go, though. And we got Brennan Poole on the track. He's going to be the first driver to go out and qualify here, so there we go. Alright, here we go. So, let's see. So, Brennan Poole actually has a pretty cool-looking car, so they are going to get to qualify, which means the drivers are actually going to have to race their way in rather than just relying on the points provisionals, because I know there was a bit of discussion about that prior to it. I also got a pre-stream poll going for which manufacturer ends up winning the poll, which one ends up winning the poll here. So I think Chevy is definitely the heavy favorite here to win this one, but we'll have to wait and see if they can close out the deal. And as I said, there's a lot more Chevys, so... Oh, did they move it up another 4? They're saying 4 o'clock. Did they move it up again? Uh-oh. 1 second, guys. Let's see. So, Xfinity Series is qualified. It is only going to be 1 round. There's not going to be a top 10 shootout like there was originally supposed to be. Trying to see if, because they... Okay, so the green flag is at 4, so TV coverage starts at 4:30 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, and now we got Blaine Perkins out on the racetrack. Blaine Perkins will be the second car to qualify, and he's going to go up to the second place on the board. He's not going to take over the top spot, so here we go. But, yeah, so that's a bit of an update there. So the broadcast itself will be starting at 4, and then the green flag is expected around 4:30. So hopefully we can actually get the race in today, but we'll have to wait and see. Joey Gase is now on the track, driving that number 53 car. And here we go. Should hopefully be a good one. Let's see. Trying to see who else is the next couple of cars up. Ooh, we got a Wendy's car coming out onto the track. Who's got the Wendy's sponsorship? Let's say Joey Gase currently tracking to the good over Brennan Poole. So, Joey Gase could be in position there for the pole position, or at least the temporary pole, while we've only got 3 cars on the board so far. But, yeah, we're just hanging out, having a good time here. It's nice and early in the day still. Stanton Barrett Stanton Barrett's one of the drivers there that would be bumped out if it... Stanton Barrett and Joey Gase are 2 of the drivers who would get bumped out if this gets rain shortened. Now, I don't know what happens if we run some qualifying and some not. And against rain out, I would assume that they just go back to the formula for assuming that no qualifying runs had happened. And here we go. That's Daniel Suarez with the Wendy's sponsorship. Okay. Daniel Suarez in the Kaulig Racing number 14 car. This will be the car to kind of set the pace early in the race. So whatever Suarez can put down for a time, I anticipate that will be a threat for that top spot. The Kaulig Racing cars are kind of the only threat to AustinHill that I see coming out here. So you got Shenevangisbergen, you got Daniel Suarez, you got AJ Allmendinger. A lot of talent on that on the Xfinity Series side of things for Kaulig Racing. So yeah, there's no points guarantee. So Suarez would be one of the ones bumped out potentially if it gets rained out. But based on this lap, he's not going to get bumped out by speed. And there we go. To the top of the board goes Daniel Suarez. Suarez takes the top of the board. Next three up are Bilicki, Barrett, and Alfredo. So Josh Bilicki, Stanton Barrett, Alfredo, David Starr, Dawson Cram, and Ryan Ellis are the top 10. So they go to commercial break nice and early. And yeah, we are getting ready for this one. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. But yeah, so let me know who you guys think's gonna win the poll though. We got time. Qualifying has only just begun, but should be a good one. Alright, there we go. Looks to be just about the right size. Working on the thumbnail for the race. That way I can go right from one to the other. Alright, so again, a lot of rain over the weekend, so we're expecting a lot of, as I said, the rain is going to play a major factor, but if we can at least get the Xfinity race in today, that would be amazing. Have to wait and see if the weather wants to cooperate for the Cup race, too. But, yeah. So, we got 13 people hanging out in chat, of course. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. We had an amazing day yesterday with how many people we had tuning in for between the race and then the truck race, the ARCA race later at night, and even truck qualifying with a pretty good day. So, as I say, thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. We're here and ready to watch some Xfinity Series qualifying. Alright, Stanton Barrett's gone and qualified himself in the 6th position. Meanwhile, Josh Bilicki jumped up to 2nd on the board, so Bilicki showing a bit of speed there. So it looks like Alfredo is probably out on track right now running his qualifying session. Hey Marcus, how's it going? But yep, so as of right now, Alfredo should be on track running his lap right now. We're at commercial break, so we're missing it, but there's not really much I can do about that. Looks like David Starr, Dawson Cram, some of the next guys up. And yep, there we go. Alfredo's on the top of the board. Oh my. Let's go. Anthony Alfredo, he must have, I guess all that practice to try and make sure he could qualify well for the Cup race paid off here. Track driving's underway. We are qualifying here at Daytona. The track is dry for now. I have no idea if it's going to stay dry, but yeah, the track is dry here as they're showing Bilicki coming down to pit speed there, but yeah, Stanton Barrett. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, we're definitely, I would hope that they aren't trying to dry the track while qualifying, because that would be a concern. So yeah, so now here comes, they're showing Alfredo on his cooldown lap, who just went to the top of the board by .077. Because full disclosure, that could end up happening where I end up commentating and I realize, oh, yeah, that's like last year's race. But, yep. Here we go. So David Starr coming off turn 4, and it looks like he's going to be about 0.3 of a second down. Probably going to put him about 5th, maybe 6th. We'll have to wait and see. Across the line, 4th for David Starr. So, nice run there for Starr. Now they're talking with Riley Herbst. Curious to see where he qualifies. He looked really fast in the Cup car in the duel, so I wouldn't put it past him potentially qualifying pretty well here in the Xfinity race. I think that Cup experience, practicing for the Daytona 500, I'd say every lap is a good lap, so here we go. Now the number 4 car of Dawson Cram is out there. He's got some sort of Storm Chasers looking paint scheme out there. So they got Adam Alexander, Waltrip in the booth, and here we go. Let's see. Tracking in 8th place, so he's tracking to be one of the 2 slowest drivers as of right now, and he does not look like he's picking up a ton of speed here. Yeah, he's losing speed through 3 and 4, and this is going to be a slow lap here for Dawson Cram. Believe he is on the list of drivers who could potentially get bumped out here. And a lap like that is not going to do him much good for trying to get into the race. And okay, he actually does beat Stanton Barrett to the line, and that's going to be Dawson Cram taking 8th place. Next 3 up are Ellis, McLaughlin, and Sieg. Kyle Sieg specifically. Because I know his brother Ryan is also competing, but Ryan Sieg's not qualifying till later, so here we go. Let's see. Oh, man. Yep. The ARCA race last night went really late. Looking for some of the other notables. We got Leland Honeyman, who raced in the ARCA race last night. He'll be in the 14 car. Patrick Emmerling, he also did double duty yesterday. Frankiemuniz driving that number 35 car. He'll be the 18th car to attempt to qualify. So for anyone waiting for Frankie, that's where Frankiemuniz will be qualifying. Shane Van Gisbergen will be the 27th car to go out and qualify in the number 97 car. So if you guys are a fan of him, and for the Nazareth, Pennsylvania fans, I know you guys got a little bit of a taste with Marco Andretti last night, but you've got Sage Karam in this race as well. So for any of those Pennsylvania fans, you got a hometown kid to root for there. And then a bunch of Cup guys kind of in the latter half. So, oh wow, Ryan Sieg is literally the second to last driver to go. But Jordan Anderson will be the 41st car to go out to qualify. Allmendinger will be the 39th. Haley Deegan goes out 36th. Out onto the track. So, and say the heavy hitters are definitely later in the session, but. As I say, again, I thought Suarez was going to set a time that might be a hard one to beat, but then Alfredo just came out and was like, hold my horsepower. And, yeah. As I say, Alfredo went and put down a lap. I mean, it wasn't like you beat him massively, but anytime an Our Motorsports car can go out there and beat Daniel Suarez in a colleague car, especially at Daytona, that's impressive. Alright, let's see. We got a decent amount of people hanging out in here, and we're just coming back from a commercial break. We got Ryan Ellis on the track. So Ryan Ellis just went out and qualified. He went out and qualified 10th. Then the 38, it looks like the 30, McLaughlin came out and qualified 9th here. And who was the other one we were waiting? Oh, yeah, Kyle Sieg. And Kyle Sieg is still on his lap. Okay, Kyle Sieg is on his lap right now. And let's see, it's not looking good here. It looks like it's going to be near the bottom of the list. Let's see. Dropping further and further back, but it's going to be 11th for Kyle Sieg. He gets 11th place. Now they're showing colecuster here. We're going to be getting ready for this one, but okay. Seriously, Fox? You cut back to show 3 run, the latter half of 1 run, and then go right back to commercial break? Are you kidding me, Fox? I mean, I know that you got to make money, but say this is a lot of commercials to be run and not a lot of on-track action, Fox. Alright, here we go. So yeah, we got ourselves a pretty good qualifying session though. Again, guys like shanevangisbergen, AJ Allmendinger, some of the favorites too. Go ahead and... Oh yeah, where's AustinHill qualifying? Let's see. Didn't actually think to look for AustinHill when I was down here. Let's see. AustinHill will be the 38th car to qualify. Parker Kligerman, 37th. Let's see. Where are some other ones? SheldonCreed will be the 29th car. He's driving that number 18 car for Joe Gibbs Racing. He'll be the 29th one to qualify. So, we got some, again, I think around the, around like, once you get to the mid-20s, the quality of cars picks way up in terms of the quality of cars that we're going to see qualifying here. So, definitely think that that's something to keep an eye out for. But yeah, so thank you guys though for everybody that's tuned in for the session. Again, they're just qualifying here for the race, showing some highlights from some of the previous races, getting ready for the United Rentals 300. No, that would actually be an interesting. I just thought of an interesting idea on how to do the sponsorship naming for Daytona. Go with whichever sponsor ends up being the title sponsor for more race wins. Give them the race sponsorship for the first race of the season. That'd be interesting. So, like, for example, if AustinHill wins in the United Rentals car more times than any other car in sponsor combo, then United Rentals gets the title sponsorship for the first race. I could see that. That would boost a lot of full-time sponsorship, get the teams a bunch more money, and get some real competition between the sponsors. So there we go. Leland Honeyman coming down. BJ McLeod qualified 13th. Yikes. Honeyman qualifies up in 3rd place, and we got Cesar Baccarella here on track. He's going to try and qualify. Let's see. He's just starting his lap, I believe. So we got a full lap here. And they got, he's got some sort of TikTok thing on his car there. There's like no idea what the sponsor is, but that 45 car, I mean, honestly, the colors actually aren't bad. I mean, I think the yellow is a little weird, but beyond that, I mean, the colors actually look weird, or look good, but yeah, it's some weird product I've never heard of before. And Baccarella to 9th place on the grid. Cesar Baccarella goes and gets 9th place. Let's see. I think that should be good enough for him to lock himself in if he wasn't already. But, yeah, now they're talking to the defending Xfinity Series champion, colecuster here. Finally won his first Xfinity championship after a lot of close calls on the Xfinity title side of things. Oh, Clements is out on track. He's about to... And say he's currently tracking ahead of Alfredo. Let's go. Can Jeremy Clements go ahead and win the pole potentially? That would be interesting. See, that 51 car is nosing out ahead. Say in the corner, it's hard to gain time, but it's easy to lose it. Good thing is he doesn't need to gain time. He just needs to avoid losing it, and it's gonna be first place. To the top of the board goes Clements. Let's go. Jeremy Clements to the top of the board. Bumping Alfredo off the board, or off the top of the board. And Suarez now down to 3rd. The bottom 4 are still Barrett, McLeod, Kyle Sieg, and Ellis. And here we go. Patrick Emmerling here for the 07 team. We saw him run double duty last night in the ARCA race. But, yeah, curious to see where he ends up qualifying here. He's actually honestly, he's actually on pace for a pretty decent lap here. He could get second, maybe third here. Say 0.06, 0.07. Say he's losing a little bit of ground here as he's going through the second half of the lap, but say Patrick Emmerling, he's just hanging in there. He's going to be close. It's going to be second or third, I think. Hey, Mark, how's it going? And, yep, here we go. Across the line, and it's going to be... I believe it's going to be second. No, it's going to be third for Patrick Emmerling. He comes up third. But, yep, say FrankieMuniz is going to be the 18th car to go. Actually, oh, yeah, here it goes, FrankieMuniz. I was going to say he's going to be the 18th car, and then I looked to see where we were, and 17 cars have qualified, so... We got FrankieMuniz driving that Ford Mustang here. Say Ford-sponsored Ford Mustang. And honestly, that Ford car looks really nice. So here we go. FrankieMuniz, say the star of Malcolm in the Middle for the older fans. I know he also starred in some spy movies that my friend always tells me about when I mention him, but here we go. Say in terms of qualifying, that car is not looking very fast. He's about a half second off the pole position. Right now, we're just hoping that he can qualify into the race. If he can if he can get somewhere between 12th to 13th, I think he's safe. Yeah, 14th, 15th, I would be a little worried. And if he's 17th or worse, if he's 16, 17, or 18, I would be very concerned about his hope to qualify here. And he goes 16th on the board for FrankieMuniz. So 16th on the board, and that's not a lot of wiggle room here. Now you got Dover Xfinity winner from a year ago. You've got Martin Truex Jr.'s brother, Ryan Truex, and he is on the track and going to try and qualify here. Let's see. He's got a fast car. That's a Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. There's no reason that car should be off the pace, and it looks like he is on pace for a top starting spot. Might even have a shot at the pole if he can get the second half of this lap done right here. Let's see. Ryan Truex going down the back straightaway. He is losing time to the ghost car, so I believe he's going to miss out on the pole position. He might have a shot at the top 5 starting spot, but he's going to be fighting it out here. He's got to avoid losing more time. And he's losing a lot of time on the second half of the lap. Drops to 5th, and it looks like he's going to come across the line in 5th place here. Let's see. And, yep, he is going to come across the line 5th for Ryan Truex. Ryan Truex coming across the line 5th. Leland Honeyman dropping down, and they go to another commercial break. So, there we go. We at least got some runs in before they went into commercial again. But, yeah, so far it looks like we're between Toyota and Chevy for the pole position. I think, honestly, I think Chevy is definitely the favorite, but we'll have to wait and see here. So they got a VPN company on the for a commercial here. Let's see. All right, wow, we got over 30 people hanging out in here. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in for this just being a qualifying session, especially. I mean, we've had a lot of people popping in here, but yeah, we're qualifying for the Xfinity Series race, and then the Xfinity Series race again. Broadcast starts at 4 o'clock, so in about 2 hours. And then the green flag is expected sometime around 4:30 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Not sure why their promos still say 5 o'clock. Don't be fooled. The race will be starting around 4:30. And that's green flag time, not the broadcast window. Broadcast window is 4 o'clock. So yeah, I figure I'd restate that to make sure all you guys know. But yeah, looking forward to seeing where some of these other guys qualify. Natalie Decker goes to 9th on the board while we're at commercial break. I find it strange that they wouldn't go out of their way to show her qualifying run. But Natalie Decker goes to that point. So Patrick Emmerling, though, he did put up a good run. Leland Honeyman to 6th on the board. There we go. And who else did we miss? And I'd say Jeb Burton will be the next one when we come back from commercial break for Jordan Anderson Racing. So Jordan Anderson Racing's Jeb Burton, then you got Garrett Smithley for JD Motorsports, and Daniel Dyer, the next 3 up. So should be some good runs here. And yep, there we go. They're showing Natalie Decker's cool down lap here, and that's a really cool car there. The Amped Fitness brand on Natalie Decker's car. Kyle Weatherman coming home from his qualification attempt. Where did he go out here and qualify? Let's see. Kyle Weatherman, and yep, Jeb Burton is on the track. So Kyle Weatherman. I'm sure he's... Wait, did he qualify? Not seeing his car out here on the list. I mean, I'm sure he did qualify here. But here we go. Jeb Burton comes across the line, and that's going to put him 4th on the board. 4th on the board for Jeb Burton. Nice, easy run there. Let's see. Is there any chance that he hadn't qualified yet for Weatherman? No, he definitely is qualified. All right, Control F. Okay, Kyle Weatherman went 8th on the board. There we go. I just wasn't seeing him there, so there we go. So Kyle Weatherman went to there. They're talking with Parker Kligerman right now, while the number 6 from JD Motorsports with Garrett Smithley goes out here trying to see where he can finish. And yeah, this field is so tight. A couple of hundredths of a second can make all the difference here. So here we go. Parker's showing something about his toolbox, I think. Not sure what this interview is. But here we go. Coming down the line, it looks like Smithley's going to be in the top 10. We just got to wait and see where he's going to qualify. Again, there's no top 10 shootout for the pole, so unfortunately these drivers who are inside the top 10 don't get to just go and re-qualify for another shot at the pole. What you qualify is what you qualify. So right now, Alfredo and Burton have no shot at the pole. Clements could hold on for it, though, as we got Daniel Dye out of DeLand, Florida. And he's looking for his first good finish in the Xfinity Series. He's only had 2 starts so far, his best being a 17th place finish. But good finishes at Daytona are usually started off by an alright qualifying run, although you can make it from the back to the front pretty easily. It's always just a little bit of a relief if you can go ahead and qualify on the front row. And when qualifying isn't the same day as the race, it helps you sleep better. But obviously, there's not going to be much sleeping in between qualifying and the race in about 2 hours. So here we go. Daniel Dye off of turn 4. He's looking like he's going to come home about 10th, it looks like, as he comes across his line to confirm the start time, and it is going to be 10th place for Daniel Dye. 10th place for Daniel Dye. And he ran over something there on the on his qualification run, so hopefully that wasn't hopefully that doesn't mess anything up for the race later. And it didn't look like anything metal, which is the good thing. Now you got Riley Herbst out there on the track, the 24-year-old out of Las Vegas. And there we go. Yep, he's trending to the good. There's the Stewart Haas power. Ford looking like they might have a shot to try and contend for this pole position. And let's see. Herbst currently up inside the top 5. Let's see, is he going to be able to maintain that? Because he has fallen behind, and I don't think he's going to have a shot at the pole, but if he has a really good exit off of turn 4 here, he might have a shot at the top 5, maybe even 3rd. Let's see. Comes across the line, and 1/10 shy of the front row, but he comes home 3rd for Herbst. Riley Herbst comes home 3rd. And there we go, talking with Jordan Anderson's crew chief here, Larry McReynolds. Must be a fun day for McReynolds to be down here playing crew chief. But yeah, we're all just hoping that the rain holds off here. Josh Williams now on the run here. He's got a colleague racing car underneath him, looking for potentially his best Xfinity run of his career here. Now that he's finally got a good car. But yeah, Josh Williams. Hey, if he could park it on the pole position, that'd be pretty cool. Next week in Atlanta is going to be a really fun one because that'll be his return to Atlanta after he his return to the spring Atlanta race after the infamous park it moment. But Williams going to come across a little bit slow here. Is it going to be faster than his teammate Suarez? We'll see. No, it is not. He's going to go 8th on the board. Suarez holding on to 6th place right now. And here we go. Here's the one a lot of us have been waiting for. Shane Van Gisbergen. He had a nightmare of a night last night in Daytona. Initially missing the qualification attempt, then managed to get back into the field as people were withdrawing their cars to try and help him. One guy withdrew his entry to allow him back into the field. Then a lap 3 crash that derailed his night. Then once he got back out on track, he ended up spinning through the grass again. But NASCAR has okayed him based off of his practice and qualification laps and what laps he did run last night, to be in the field. And right now it's looking like a really good attempt here because he's tracking ahead of Clements here as he comes off turn 4. Shane Van Gisbergen. Is that going to be the pole position? That is going to be a pole, top of the board at least, for Shane Van Gisbergen. There we go. Top of the board for SVG. So I know we had a bunch of New Zealanders and Australians in the chat last night looking for Shane Van Gisbergen, and he just went and put it on the top of the board. So there we go. We got 45 people hanging out in here. Thank you guys for everybody that has tuned in for this race. But here we go. Let's see. So yeah, this qualification run is going pretty good here. Again, thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in for this. So again, Shane Van Gisbergen to the top of the board. Who are the next 3? Okay, we got Sammy Smith for Junior Motorsports, the first Junior Motorsports car coming out. Oh, and he goes and qualifies 5th. Sammy Smith, the 5th on the board. Then we got Sheldon Creed and Sage Karam, the next 2, with colecuster in behind them. So here we go. Sheldon Creed driving for Joe Gibbs Racing after the falling out between himself and Richard Childress late in the season last year, between the wreck at Bristol, then the collision at Martinsville late in the second to last race, which led to him ultimately leaving for Joe Gibbs Racing. We're still waiting to see if that's going to be a move forward or a lateral move there for him, because he was a championship contender, so it'll be hard to really go too much higher up the leaderboard than that. But you certainly don't want to end up having it be a downgrade here. And let's see. Has he completed his lap? All right. Creed has not completed his lap yet. So we're still waiting to see if Sheldon Creed's lap is going to be completed under the commercial break. I'm assuming it probably will. We're just waiting to see where it's going to go. Again, Karam, Custer. Then we got a bunch of the Junior Motorsports guys. Allgaier, Brandon Jones, ChandlerSmith for Joe Gibbs Racing, and then Sam Mayer will round out the top 35, or the first 35 cars to qualify. Stanton Barrett still looking definitely the slowest of them. And there we go. Sheldon Creed goes to 7th on the board. So Sheldon Creed is now going to be 7th on the board. We're going to have to wait and see where the 2-car manages to qualify here to see if that's going to be a lateral move here. And yep, the Xfinity Series from Daytona, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go. Alright, and wow, we got 50 people hanging out in here. Of course, if you guys are new, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. Again, we'll be live for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race from Daytona in about 2 hours' time. So, say, if you guys are watching for frankiemuniz, shanevangisbergen, we got a lot of them. We also got the Xfinity regulars, which will be fun. Although, this SVG is actually an Xfinity regular this year, so here we go. Sage Karam coming across the line for the Pennsylvania guys, and he's looking like he's going to be 18th quickest on the board there. Karam goes 18th quickest. He'll at least be in the field, but not a very strong qualification run. Hopefully, once the pack of cars get out there, maybe he'll find some speed. Has Deegan qualified yet? No, she has not. She, her teammate though, or her manufacturer teammate colecuster's on track right now. Haley Deegan is 6 drivers out. She will be up in 6 drivers. So we got Custer, Allgaier, Brandon Jones, ChandlerSmith, Mayer, and then Deegan. So no, Haley Deegan has not gone out yet. Colecuster, the defending champion, he is trailing behind Shane Van Gisbergen's car. If Shane Van Gisbergen can get the pole, I think that will erase a lot of the negative stigma around him, where they were going to let him into the field despite what seemed like an abysmal race in the ARCA race last night, where he was collecting multiple wrecks. Although I don't think, from after watching the race, I don't think any of them were his fault there. But here we go. Wow, Custer was really slow. He must have fallen off in that final corner there, but he comes home across the line 9th. I mean, he beat Suarez across the line, but that's about all he did in terms of qualification. So here we go. Now Allgaier is on the track. In his 15th year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, he's gotten 23 wins. Still looking for that elusive first championship, though, for the Brandt driver. And they're talking with one of the Toyota drivers here at the back of the field. I'm not sure who it is. Oh, that's John Hunter Nemechek. And he's going to be, I believe he's the last car that will go out to qualify here. So let's see. What do we got going on here? Allgaier. Oh, Allgaier is actually really close on the ghost car here. Let's see. Allgaier versus Shane Van Gisbergen. Can the two Chevys battling it out for the top of the leaderboard? Let's see. Coming across the line, it's going to be Shane Van Gisbergen holds on. Allgaier is going to go second here. Second on the board for Justin Allgaier and the Junior Motorsports crew. So, there we go. That's another lap in there. Let's see. We got Brandon Jones will be going out on track next. Yep, there we go. Brandon Jones. 5 career wins to his name in 10 Xfinity seasons. That's averaging about a win every other year. Let's see if he can rack up a win maybe at the Daytona. That'd be an interesting win to get. Junior Motorsports cars are usually some of the best around this track, but I don't know. That 97 car looks like it's in a different class all its own right now. Allgaier was close, but he was still about a half of a tenth off. I know a half a tenth isn't a ton, but around Daytona, that might as well be a mile. And speaking of a mile, Brandon Jones is well behind the pace as he comes off turn 4. Oh, wait, no, that's coming off turn 4 through the tri-oval, and that is going to be 14th on the board for Brandon Jones. 14th on the board as Brandon Jones goes out there and qualifies. I believe we got Chandler Smith up next, and we've got the final Junior Motorsports driver. Then we got Haley Deegan. So here we go. Chandler Smith, 1 career win in the Xfinity Series, driving the number 81 for Joe Gibbs Racing this year. And here we go. He is on the clock, and we're going to see if he can go out there and qualify better than the other Toyota drivers. Currently, the best Toyota driver so far to qualify is SheldonCreed, who currently sits in the 8th position. Chandler Smith certainly looks like he could be on pace for that, although he's actually trending a little bit worse right now comparatively to Creed's ghost car here. As they're going down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 for the final time for Chandler Smith. He's going to be somewhere around that top 10, but I don't think he's going to get to Creed. As he goes into the tri-oval, looking for it, and it's going to be across the line, 12th for 12th on the board for Chandler Smith. He outdoes RyanTruex, but he isn't able to become the top Toyota. Now we got Sam Mayer, 4 Xfinity wins, most of them coming in the latter half of last year, all of them coming in last year entirely. And he finally won an oval late in the season at Homestead. And here we go. The one car looking to try and see if he can be the next Junior Motorsports driver to win the Daytona season opener. They have a great track record of winning at Daytona. For whatever reason. Can't seem to figure out why they're so good here. It totally isn't because Dale Jr. just happens to own that team, but here we go. Mayer, though, tracking the worst of any of the Junior Motorsports cars right now. Actually, no, Brandon Jones is a lot lower here. SVG is at the top of the board there, Val. So we'll definitely be talking more about his run here in a minute. But looks like Mayer is going to fight to try and get into that top 10 tentatively here in the Carolina Carports car. And he comes across the line, and that's going to be 9th place on the board for Mayer. And yeah, Shane Van Gisbergen currently holding down that top spot. Haley Deegan now will be on the clock. We've got Haley Deegan, 22 years old. Still looking for, only her second career Xfinity Series start. Going to be looking for her first top 10 after last time she came home, I think, 13th in her first Xfinity race. So we'll see where she qualifies. Obviously, that car is in affiliation with the Stewart-Haas group. So theoretically, you would expect that she could qualify somewhere between 11th to 5th, that being where the two mainline SHR cars are. Although, potentially some inexperience there. Maybe going to hurt her on the plate track for qualifying. And yeah, oh wow, her lap time is definitely behind the pace. It looks like it's going to be in the 20s, it looks like, for the positioning. At least based on Ghost Car data as of right now here. Coming off of turn 4 through the tri-oval, and Haley Deegan's has got to find some kind of speed in the pack. Maybe that's what the Fords have. They have a good pack racing car, but not a good single car speed car, because 22nd on the board for Deegan there. Now we got Parker Kligerman. Let's go, Cliggy. We got Parker Kligerman here. He's gotten 2 second place finishes in his Xfinity Series career here. And I don't think he's ever started on a pole position for an Xfinity race either, but he's going out here. He's going to try and qualify up into the top 5. And the plate tracks are one of his specialties. Plate tracks and road courses being his absolute bread and butter. And Kligerman's trending to the good. He might have a shot at besting Shane Van Gisbergen. Let's go. If Kligerman gets this, come on. Let's go. Parker Kligerman. Also, AustinHill is on track getting warmed up here, but Parker Kligerman with a massive burst of speed here. And yeah, he's going to come across the line, and I believe that's going to be Kligerman to the top of the board here. Let's see. Coming through Geico restart zone, and top of the board, Parker Kligerman to the top. Let's go. Parker Kligerman knocks Shane Van Gisbergen down to second. SVG to second. Kligerman on top. Let's go. I know Patrick's going to be excited even if he isn't in the chat quite yet here. Yeah. Then we got the 21 AustinHill. He is the best plate racer in this. Out of this bunch, he is, I would say, objectively the best plate racer and certainly the best car in the field here. And let's see. Hill looking very promising here. And, oh, wow, yeah, he's starting to pull away from the Kligerman Ghost car here. Let's see. Through 3 and 4, can he hold on? If he does, that would be AustinHill going to the top of the board. And let's see. AustinHill is ahead of Kligerman, and he's cleared the Ghost car, so if this were a real race, he'd be able to block him. And here we go. Cross the line. AustinHill to the top of the boards. There we go. And as I said, we have a lot of good cars in this back half of the field, and there we go. AustinHill with a 49.70 goes to the top of the board. And let's see, we've got, I believe, 5 cars left to qualify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cars left to qualify here. AJ Allmendinger probably being one of the best cars left to qualify. And let's see, the battle between Hill and Allmendinger. It's going to be a tight one to see who can get this. Allmendinger, he's the experienced plate racer of the colleague bunch here. Let's see, can he get there? He's drifting a little bit further back down the back straightaway here into 3 and 4. He's got to find some speed. And it's hard to find speed in that 3 and 4. And it's hard to find speed anywhere around here, but there we go. And it looks like it's going to be second place here for Allmendinger. And A.J. Allmendinger comes home second on the board. Yep, Allmendinger to second. So Allmendinger takes second place. Then we got jesselove, Jordan Anderson, Parker Retzloff, Ryan Sieg, and John Hunter Nemechek, the remaining drivers who have yet to go out and qualify here. So here we go. Let's see. We got the here's the two of jesselove. Curious to see where he starts. His teammate being the current pole sitter, and the driver he replaced being in 11th place. It looks like he's going to be much closer to his teammate than his. He might even have a shot at the pole here. jesselove is trending really good here as he goes down the back straightaway. It's easy to lose time though. Let's see. 27 1,000ths of a second, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. Dropping quick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. 4 1,000ths of a second ahead, and it's going to be through the Geico restart zone. 2 1,000ths of a second. Love to the top of the board by 3 1,000ths of a second for jesselove. What a close run there. jesselove, literally 3 1,000ths of a second difference. A 49.702 to Hill's 49.705. That is a massive lap there for not Jordan. For they got Jordan Anderson on the screen, but they got for jesselove. So Jordan Anderson, he's out here going to try and qualify. I think a top 10 would be a great starting spot for him. Right now, it's looking like he's going to be back in the 20s based on where he's currently at. That warm-up lap, just not really one of his best. As long as he gets into the field, though, I don't think he'll mind too much if he has to make some moves through the field. He's a 2-time runner-up in the Daytona truck race to start the season, so he definitely has some experience making his way through the field. And, I think it's pretty sure bet at this point that Chevy's going to win the Xfinity Series pole here. And there we go. Anderson goes 28th on the board. Now we got Parker Retzloff, a driver who impressed in his debut race, and in fact last year in this Daytona race he ended up finishing 4th place. So certainly would not count him out for potential pole sit on the pole here. And he's a lot closer than his teammate was. Jordan Anderson kind of giving himself the scrap equipment. It looks like so that deal was kind of thrown together at the last minute. Parker Retzloff looking a lot closer here. 7th on the board right now as based on Ghost Car data. jesselove definitely ahead of him, but he's staying solidly inside that top 10. Let's see, where's it going to end up here though? As he goes through 3 and 4, this is where you can lose the most time. And Parker Retzloff off of turn 4 comes across the line. 8th place there. 8th place on the board. He bumps Alfredo down. So, there we go. Parker Retzloff to 8th. Now we got Ryan Sieg, the second to last driver here to qualify. Ryan Sieg, he's a 36-year-old driver. He's gotten he's been runner-up in the series twice. He's never won a race in his 12 years. Maybe this year could be the year he ends up finding victory lane. But right now he is tracking way off the pace. I don't know if something's wrong with that car or what, but something is seriously wrong with Ryan Sieg's car based on that speed. Maybe it was just taking some time to get going, but yeah, it is nowhere near what we expected, or what I expected from him. Ryan Sieg looking like he's going to be coming back home in the mid-30s for lap time here. We'll have to wait and see, though, where the official placement's going to be. He's currently trending about 0.6 of a second off the pole, which I know 0.6 of a second doesn't sound like a lot, but at Daytona it really is. 0.7 of a second as he comes across the line. 32nd on the board. Oh, 31st on the board for Sieg. Okay, he made the... he got up there by 2/1000ths of a second for to go to 32nd instead of 33rd. And John Hunter Nemechek will be the last driver to run in this qualifications. The last hope for Toyota. And let's see, it's close. I think he could do it. He's close enough that I think Nemechek could maybe make a run for it, but it's going to take some work in the second half of the lap. The ghost car is starting to pull away, and yep, nope. It looks like Jesselove will hold on here. Just curious to see how far John Hunter Nemechek will slip down the board, but yep, they've already got Jesselove pulled aside here for the thing. I would assume it's on MRN. I know I'm watching it on FS1, but qualification is about to be wrapped up. This is the last run here as John Hunter Nemechek comes off turn 4, coming through the Geico restart zone, and it's going to be, looks like 8th on the board for Nemechek. Yep, Parker Retzlaff gets bumped down to 9th. John Hunter Nemechek goes 8th on the board, and Jesselove will start on the pole in his first ever Xfinity Series start at Daytona. And wow, we got 70 people hanging out in here. Thank you guys for everybody that is tuned in for this race. We got a lot of people hanging out in here, and yeah, that's qualification has concluded. I'm going to run through the entire starting order. But quick reminder that if you guys were just here for the results, that the Xfinity Series race will be happening at a broadcast will be coming on at about 4, and then the green flag is scheduled for about 4:30. So don't want to miss it. It was moved up from where it was supposed to be originally, so don't want you guys missing out on the start of the race. I will also be live streaming it here on YouTube, so if you guys prefer this content, go ahead, drop a subscribe, pop back in about 2 hours. But yep, so Jesselove and AustinHill will be sharing the front row for RCR. Then you've got Allmendinger and Parker Kligerman hanging in there in the second row. Rounding out the top 5 is SheldonCreed, the guy from New Zealand. Then you got Justin Allgaier, 6th. 7th was Jeremy Clements. A pretty impressive run there for the single-car team, the family-owned team there for the Clements family. Nemechek being the top Toyota in 8th. 9th for Parker Retzlaff for Jordan Anderson Racing. And rounding out your top 10, it's Anthony Alfredo, who we will also see race in the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Driving that number 62 car in the Xfinity Series. He's in the 5, so if you're looking for him. Then you got Riley Herbst, who's also doing double duty in the Daytona 500. He's going to start 11th in the Xfinity race. Then we got Sammy Smith, Patrick Emmerling, SheldonCreed, and Sam Mayer rounding out the top 15. Jeb Burton, colecuster, Daniel Suarez, ChandlerSmith, and RyanTruex rounding out your top 20. Suarez, I believe, the only member of that group that's actually pulling double duty in the 500. Then you got Josh Williams in the 11, Garrett Smithley, Josh Williams in the 11 starting 21st, Garrett Smithley 22nd, 23rd was Brandon Jones, 24th Leland Honeyman, 25th Kyle Weatherman, 26th Daniel Dye, 27th is Josh Balicki, 28th, Haley Deegan. 29th, David Starr. And rounding out the top 30, it was Jordan Anderson in the number 32 car. So we came home 30 inside the top 30 at least. Then you got Natalie Decker, 31st. 32nd for Ryan Sieg. Then you got Sage Karam, 33rd. 34th was Brennan Poole. Joey Gase, 35th. 36th was Blaine Perkins. Cesar Baccarella qualifies in the 37th position. I believe Dawson Cram will be the final driver to qualify because there are only 38 spots in the race. Then you got CJ McLaughlin, 39th. Ryan Ellis, 40th. Kyle Sieg, 41st. Frankiemuniz, 42nd. BJ McLeod in the 78 comes home 43rd. And Stanton Barrett will be the last car on speed. Let me go ahead and look it up real quick before I tell you guys for sure that Frankie's missed the race, because I want to make sure I have that list as accurate as I can before I. Okay, so DNQs from the race are Joey Gase, Cesar Baccarella, Dawson Cram, McLaughlin, Kyle Sieg, and Stanton Barrett. So frankiemuniz will be in the field. He'll be right near the back of the field, but he will be in the field for the Daytona for the United Rentals 300. So, and say Chevy did sit on the pole, so the people in the chat did get that one right. But thank you guys for everybody that tuned in here for this broadcast of the NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying. Again, we've got about an hour and a half before the broadcast of the Xfinity race, so I will be hopping off here, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in that stream later if you guys are watching this live, and if you guys rewatch this, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next video, live stream, whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!